Hey, what's going on, guys? Wait, hold up, my mute's still. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Black Phantom. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, I tried like 10 times too. 10 times I've tried to get my intro ready, but it still won't work. But yeah, so welcome though to the Black Phantom channel. This was going to be What If I Was in My Hero Academia again. Now, you guys are still going to be like, oh, he's doing it again. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I am doing it again because I do not care. Because I want to get this series out of the way so I can continue doing more. So, yeah. So, last we left off, I have to check. Please give me 1 second, actually. Can't remember where I'm at now. That is, about the end of the entrance and everything. So, yeah. The entrance, end of the ball throw test and everything like that. So very much so, I am now actually going to end it off. I'm kidding. Not ending off in a minute because I would be making it actually a proper video. Of course, I would actually still need to do I still need to do other things. You know, I need to do a lot. So. Now then, we go to the end of. Now then, we go to actually the hero versus villain test. So it's Phantom and Deku versus Bakugo and Todoroki. Yeah, we're doing that. You know, everyone's thinking, oh, the strongest person being Todoroki. Well, being actually because they don't know. They think, oh, Todoroki can just freeze them. As you know, All Might's like, wait, oh, I should actually do the intro thing. So, All Might first, they're saying, have no fear, I am here. You know, all that. Now, I think I'm gonna let Bakugo have one for all in this one. You know? So, yeah, so. Everyone's like, it's All Might! And then you just have Deku. I mean, Phantom, just like, oh, sure, it's All Might, whatever. Everyone's like, you disrespectful person, that's our great symbol of peace. As Phantom just opens his eyes, because he was like, he had his head down, like, oh. As you know, Phantom stands up and says, being honest, I would probably rather be a hero like Mr. Aizawa than All Might. As they're like, why? He's a very powerful hero. I didn't mean power. As they're like, what? As like, Phantom's like, Aizawa's quirk can erase All Might's power. Did you know that? And I still know something that's better, but I won't be able to say that because that's confidential. But yeah. So now Aizawa could erase All Might's quirk. How powerful do you think Aizawa would be then? As everyone's like, what? But he has muscles and everything. As Deku's like, maybe his quirk gigantifies his muscles. Who knows? Maybe he has a weaker form that happens when his quirks get erased. Who knows? But see, I would rather be a hero who doesn't get any attention, or gets attention but not a lot, than a hero who gets a lot of attention and is somewhat very loud, which I do not like while I'm sleeping. It's like All Might knew from earlier times that Deku really did. I mean, Phantom really didn't care for All Might for so long, and he still doesn't care. He would rather be with the Mr. Aizawa on this one. This child is like messing with everyone in the class. Deku's like, oh, I already knew this. He already didn't like All Might, so you know. He gave me All Might's quirk, but and plus a little bit of his. So yeah. So technically though, Deku copied it twice, so he still has actually all the users are like there, and the add-on of the users actually still applies, as you know. Deku actually looks at still Phantom before and copies his immortal quirk. There we go. Deku's also immortal though. So They're both immortal beings. Literally, they can be put almost in death scenarios. You know, as well, Deku just got this power. Like he's gonna get it. Not right. Okay, so I'll explain when he's gonna get his immortal ability. He's gonna get it after the USJ because was put in a basically almost death situation, but you know, yeah. So I'm gonna go to the USJ this one then because I went to the. I'm gonna try and do 2 at least things every episode or every video at least, so I can get through these faster. So yeah, I might do What If I Was in My Hero Academia again, but villain, and remake for villains, for being a villain, you know. So yeah, but if what's gonna happen now is that Phantom. So yeah, now we go to All Might saying, okay, little ones, let's just change into your hero costumes. As you know, Phantom just taps Deku and says, "Okay, Deku, make sure to hold on to me because I'm gonna stop time as soon as those are out." He's like, "Okay." It's like he just pauses time. You know, they're just walking nonchalantly. They open the door very fast. They open the door in normal speed. Well, Phantom does, and it closes the normal speed. The door was already broken, so why not break it more? So yeah, you know, everyone still has a major dislike for Phantom right now because, well, he literally just dissed All Might. Like, everyone dislikes him because he dissed All Might. You know, Baku's especially mad because he knows of All Might's small form, Small Might. And he's like, how did this kid know about Tiny All Might? As you know, he's like tiny thinking that he actually Phantom flicks Bakugo with a little bit of with One for All, like at 100% too. So, but it's more powerful because the fact is that it time stops, so it actually happens a lot more faster. So it's a lot more quick because One for All is like built up wind pressure as well. So which is a flick. There's Black Whip so far. There's loading. There's his built up wind pressure. There's literally his enhancement, the enhancement quirk, and there's a few more. There's 9 users so far, including Deku. So 8 other users get but it also takes out All Might because All Might was also quirkless. So 7 of the users would have to be have quirks. Well, we also take out the first user, so 6 people, because the first user actually was the originator and had no other abilities other than that one ability that started on One for All. So yeah, plus it's even more stronger because he's basically literally like the 9. Well, he's literally like the 10th user. I was like, Bakugo hasn't had the conquer with the other One for All users, So, but Deku and actually Phantom are in that group now because they actually have it for themselves. So basically, neither now can their quirks be taken by One for All. All for one. Their quirks cannot be taken thanks to One for All. Because it literally cancels out One for All. So yeah, as Deku's like, don't flick him. Sure, he's an asshole, but don't flick him. As Phantom's like, oh, he'll be fine. He'll just be sent across the classroom. As they both grab their cases, literally Phantom had nothing in his case. He opened his case up, nothing except for like a modified of his clothes that he was originally wearing, which actually make him more immune to other abilities of his, like say fire, his Like he can't burn, break, or do anything to his clothes now, right? So plus he has plus he has these weird little needles, because because just in case his like health goes down a lot, he can just put one in a vein area. And it'll go through it and it'll like start to actually like heal him from the inside. Or no, not it will not heal him, but it'll just like slow the effects down by a lot, like 48 hours. That's how slow it's gonna get. Then that's when it like starts up just a little bit. Give it a month, and then it'll actually be back to his normal stuff. So he never uses it because he has no point. But yeah, as everything's happening now, time actually rewinds. So we go back to class 1A. Everyone just hears like the door break forwards and break backwards. I was like, oh, that was Phantom and Deku. As next thing you know, Baku's sent across the room. Yeah. As two of them are gone for their seat arrangement, as they're like, oh, that was probably Phantom. He's done it before. I'm pretty sure he did it again. As it's like, wait, what's that boy's quirk? So they're all like, it's his quirk's name Infinite. As long as he sees someone who can copy their quirk, he doesn't have to know their quirk. He just has to see it, and then he can properly use it and everything. He knows how to use it and everything. As someone's like, oh, did this kid then get one for all? As Baku's like, he can also give people his quirks apparently. But I don't think that is. I think that's due to another power he picked up, aka, as Bakugo says under his breath, aka one for all. Actually, because All Might's been, I think, taken to the spiritual area once before. He's like, oh, does that mean there should be actually like 8? There should be 10 people in that unconscious space. I feel like the two should be knocked out. They're in the mental space. The two are just waiting at the end, like the entrance, as All Might's just there, like a minute or two later than everyone else. As they both pull the exact same numbers, and they also Bakugo and Todoroki pull the same things. There's an ambulance or a police officer. Police. Wonder. Oh. So yeah. So we got more things to do though. What else? Oh yeah. So now we start actually off. Phantom literally just says, I'll only use one dojutsu, and that is the Renegon. And they're like, what? His eyes just turn purple with those swirls. He just literally brings out not the Renegon, but he brings out the Renegon. So, and he like adds like he literally sends a blue beam. Yeah, he basically like Nagato's abilities. Basically, those abilities. So he actually just creates he creates mechanical arms. He literally throws the ball up in the air and says, "Super mini planetary devastation." As the roof of the building is the only thing that actually came off, and some of the walls, the walls of the top floor and the roof, top floor came off. He made sure to keep the bomb if the bomb was on the top floor there. Well, actually, he just said, "I'm gonna make this quick because I'm still tired." Actually, pulls the bomb up and actually wraps it. he actually makes it a real bomb. As Phantom just says, "I thought you were gonna use a real bomb for me." As he makes it a real bomb, and he like wraps it around. Now this thing you can hear it ticking down as he actually just crushes it with another building and another building as he just says as he actually transforms his one of the mechanical arms of his and says shatter apart, sending a gun like type thing or sending a this weird beam that is very not red. It's red as he sends a red beam off as it obliterates the area or that weird planet, and it actually destroys the bomb, sending making the bomb not explode at all. Nothing happened. Like, well, there was still an explosion because no, not even like the explosion was tiny compared to the planet's actual explosion. He made sure nothing got on anyone else, you know. And someone's like, "What was that power?" You know. Phantom was like, "Oh, that's easy. That was my just one of the dojutsus I used. You saw basically the Shaolin gun on a much higher state, which is good, but it's boring because I put on higher state. If you want to put me on a better plane, make everyone in this entire school go up against me at once. You know, this actually happens. So Nezu calls everyone to this big area, this big wild area. And he says, "Okay, everyone, your target is that guy." Points at literally Phantom and saying, and someone's like laughing, saying, "You want us to defeat some first year?" You know, the big three are actually very understanding of this because they were there. As you know, as Phantom literally just smiles and says, "Okay, I'll only use one of my abilities then, maybe two if you guys are lucky enough." Of course, it's not gonna hurt you. It's just gonna be super funny. Now, thank you guys for your powers, though. That's also very helpful. But I'll only use three abilities. That is one to actually just hurt your soul. That is a eye ability of mine, and that is a enhancement ability. I will use each one, except for the soul hurting ability. I will keep that on always, so I don't kill you guys. And I will use two other abilities for every 30 minutes if you can survive. So I'll use the weaker one. I'll just use the enhancement. This is like, alright, let's see. Plus, as Phantom ability says something before as well. Plus, I'll use someone else's ability from this random area. So they're like, what? Deku actually chooses the best one. Oh, I'll choose this one.
Yeah, I thought you had a coach.
It's what was the name of Miria's quirk? I'm sorry, I have to search it up. What is the name of Miria's quirk? Permeation. Okay. Permeation. So like, what is a permeation Muriel's quirk? He's like, this is probably one of the best quirks in the school. And I will use this is the one ability I will use whenever I see fit. You know, Phantom's like, okay, let's do this. Snake is not participating in this because he knows he's going to get his butt kicked. You know, this enhancement abilities, of course, one for all. You know, he literally just he said he's gonna do it for 5 minutes at each time. So they have 5 minutes to defeat him before he'll. No, they have they have 30 minutes. No, they have 15 minutes. There we go. They have 15 minutes. If they can't defeat him in 15 minutes, he'll change his ability to his eye ability, which I'm not gonna say yet because well, you guys probably already know. Yeah, it's going to be his Mangekyo Sharingan, basically his internal Mangekyo Sharingan, eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. So yeah, so he literally is just standing there while everyone's running after him. He's dodging every single attack. As he just punches. Someone tries to punch him in the face. He literally just uses permeation. So everyone's like, "Wait, what? I just went through his face." As the third years are like, "No, don't get too close." As Phantom's like, "I said I would use an enhancement ability. You guys should have used a much more better far range ability. Not that that would help or anything, but the still handicap is I can only permeate one part of my body at a time, and guys can go for the killing blows because I can just die and regenerate literally instantly. And as long as you put me in a near death situation, or you actually cut off my head, you actually have to cut off my head to or put me in like stab me in the heart, stab me, cut my leg off, which what doesn't heal until I actually die. I'm gonna pick up myself for. Oh, until my leg regenerates, basically meaning I would still be alive. Which I died and I got regenerated from the fact that I have infinite life and everything. So yeah, so Phantom just as soon as everyone attacks him, like he's like, why did you guys go ahead and have up front? Like, use your far range people first. As he just literally just swings his fist, putting the air pressure of the enhancement, and just twists his hand using 100%. Full train though. Full train of flicking his wrist. Just like, no. Literally, this wave of people is like going back. And someone's like, what? What type of monster is this guy? As Phantom like, monster? Starts laughing. The monster is the fact is that you guys, you enhancement people with your enhancement type quirks couldn't even land a single punch on me. I am a monster, I guess not. This Phantom's like, I don't really mind the name being called monster. I think it quite suits me perfectly fine. As Phantom literally just punches, literally says, "Oh, that's a minute. You have 14 minutes left." I was like, "What? You were still explaining things." Phantom's like, "No, I just told you guys not to do those things." It's like the far range people with their far range quirk just start attacking them. And as Deku's still actually, Phantom's still dodging them like nothing's happening. Because actually, Phantom's main eyes are the Byakugan, which means he literally only has one problem with his sight, which is the exact spot that no one can figure out except for Deku. Deku knows where it is, but he still knows that everyone's gonna get their butt kicked. So basically, they're wondering why doesn't this guy have any pupils? But no, because he has to have the Byakugan on at all times. Because, well, it's his eyes just originally that he has. Because he was actually blind until he heard the Byakugan and he quote unquote saw. So that was his first eyes. So there are his eyes. Of course, he still has the other eyes, which he switches them out. He doesn't have any normal eyes. So yeah, and he wanted to give the other people a chance not to change. So as they're still trying to fight him, the literally guys letting them hit him and putting him almost in death situations. As he's instantly healing. Actually, well, he's not healing. He's just waiting, and he's like using his permeation. Actually, as soon as it's about to hit his body, he turns on that permeation so it goes through, and then he switches through another permeation part of his body that goes through. He's gotten grazed a few times, but he hasn't gotten fully hit. As he's just swaying his hand. As he says, "Oh, 5 minutes, you guys." As I was like, only 5 minutes left. He's like, yep, you guys better come with actually now you're strength, people. Because slowly my power's draining again, so I only have 5% of this power now. So I can only flick. I was like, what? As Phantom's like, yep, let's do this, guys. I see Amy like literally is waiting as they're like trying to attack him. He's dodging and then he's literally just flicking them back with the flick, the Delaware smash. I'm pretty sure it was. It's literally just the flick that Deku does, the flick, that flick. So yeah, so basically what happens next after that is 5 minutes of them struggling in the door. Trying to find says, oh, that's 15 minutes. So like, what is that ability he's using with his eyes? As his eyes literally change into the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. As he literally brings up his Susanoo, his full body Susanoo, which is very powerful. So yeah, he literally just sends that arrow as well, using the soul, just him hitting the soul, and fires. Now it's that's very terrifying because everyone's literally almost Mirio's not because Mirio permeated at the exact moment, which was great. But even still, Mirio can't do anything because he's hitting the soul, not the body. Of course, everyone has to hit his body, so Mirio's quirk basically is only good for evasion techniques now. As Phantom literally just says, "Okay, I'm stopping using my permeation. I'll leave. Whoever is actually attacking, who is up after that attack, try to attack me. I'll only use this." As he pulls out, actually, his eyes change only into one Mangekyo Sharingan, and that is the Kamui. That is literally the Kamui. As they're like, what? Why did his eyes change only? Why did he lose some of his abilities? And it's kind of like that ability is hard to fully use, so I only use it as one shot. Well, it's not hard; it's my own ability, but I don't want to use it a lot because it basically one shots almost everyone in this world. You know, and it's like, oh, so I'm only using one ability, which isn't actually tiring because I won't change into my Susanoo, but I'm still doing soul damage. So yeah, because you'll die from it. You will die from the ability of if I use it normally. So like, oh. So he actually immediately he pulls out as he grabs one person actually, and he just throws them up in the air. As he he just grabs them and the person he grabbed just vanishes, and that actual person was Mirio. So he actually sent him to the Kamui dimension, which he actually went to at the exact same time. And actually, technically, he just literally used his Kamui abilities. He literally did the Kamui lightning blade, as he literally just stabs him, not shanked. He stabbed Miracle, knocking Miracle out. Brings them both back into the no. It shows that Deku was still in Phantom was still in the dimension, or it was still in the normal dimension, but he wasn't. Obito's ability to get hit sometimes, but it doesn't appear because he's going into the Kamui. He's going into Kamui, but he's not. He's in the real world. Well, he's in Kamui, but he's in the Kamui, but he's in. It shows as he's in the normal. It's the secret technique substitution, world substitution. I think it's basically meaning that he's traveled through one dimension to a different dimension. But it looks like he's still in one dimension. There we go. That's better. That's nice. So yeah. So As they're all like, what's happening? As he literally puts his hand up in the air as Mir is just knocked out and in his hand. As he puts Mir down very actually gently. As he literally just pulls it. As literally he says, as he starts doing hand signs. As I said, he has the Kamui, who is the Kamui, the copy ninja. Copy ninja Kakashi. So he literally does, and he starts doing jutsus, and he says, "Fireball jutsu." This big old fireball person. And someone's like, "You said you only use your eye ability." As Phantom's like, "I am using my eye ability. It's literally this." So you're like, "What?" As that happens. He literally knocks everyone out, except for the last people of the big three. You know. Zero's like going after Deku was literally Deku was just there's like he used the Kamui dimension thing. It's like everyone's the both of them are like, what? Why can't we hit him? Miro actually wakes up saying because there's these red tags for when you get knocked out, you can't fight, come back and fight. As like Miro's like, he's in his other dimension. Don't get close to him. I was like, what? Phantom actually allowed them to make call-outs for his abilities because it's going to be fun. As Deku was actually sweating. Phantom's actually sweating a little bit as he starts coughing a little bit of blood. As the Tamaki and Nejire were like, now's our opening. As actually, Phantom uses Kamui instantly actually and teleports to his dimension. Gets up after a second and teleports back, using actually Kamui lightning blades ready and waiting for both of them. As they're both getting ready to attack, as they just see, oh god, he has his weird lightning things ready. As they both does slashed. As he actually makes sure they're not fully knocked out, but they're knocked out for like a couple seconds, so they're technically nullified as out. He got everyone out now. As he actually helps up the big three and says, because you three are actually pretty good opponents, if I do say so myself. I was like, what? As Phantom's like, yeah, why do you think I got Mirror over here out with my first ability, my first power? Because one, he can dodge almost any ability of mine, for Kamui, because it's, sure, it's directed at the soul, but permeation still works for souls as well, for like my soul ability. So yeah, it's very annoying to have that. But then, Tamaki, your ability, you could eat something that I sent at you, say my actual Kamui lightning blade, or you could actually eat my eye a little bit and got my Kamui ability. So Tamaki's like, ew, that's disgusting. Phantom's like, yeah, well, you could have got my Kamui for a little bit. As for Nejire, she literally was just kind of the back support for the aim. So she literally had the best option. Like if I was in like my non normal form, she could actually send stuff out. I'd keep on sending blasts at me. So if Tamaki did have Kamui, he could have went actually into my dimension and put put Nejire through. Nejire could have actually shot at me, and everything. It's like, oh, Freddy's like, okay, that's it though. Now, you guys want training with your powers, though, make sure to come to me, because I have a perfect idea for Mr. Over your Mirio's power, which I can upgrade a little bit. Yeah, which I need to do anyways.
Where are you? Marco! Jesus.
Recording.
Marco.
Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna actually do the USDA this time though. We're going to end it up actually here. You know, because I still have to record from my other channel. Yeah, I still have that channel up running. So yeah. So I did hope you guys enjoyed this video, though I do plan on making an intro because because today's my last day, no, second last day, recording with my mom at my mom's. So, and then I'm actually gonna have my recording stuff ready and prepared so I can just play a song and then pause it and then continue on the recording. So, and then actually do an intro and everything. So yeah. So I did hope you guys enjoyed this video though. This was Black Phantom. I hope you all had a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, people.